Steve Summers and Erik Skopil for EDUC.com, and we're here in sunny Eugene.
It is sunny.
Yeah, it's so sunny. I mean, everything is so sunny. We're in shades today. So we're on the plaza here between the Casanova Center and the new facility. And again, it's a sight to behold. But today is more about practice. So, Erik, what?
Yeah, I didn't have an opportunity to listen to Coach Elfridge today, but I did have a nice one-on-one with Coach Pellin, the linebackers coach, and he assured me that he thought that they were around 100%. I know we don't talk about injuries, but there had been a lot of speculation this spring about how they were going to figure out who's playing where, and I think people thought a lot of that might have been hindered because there were perceived to be a lot of injuries. Tyson Coleman, Derek Malone, Rodney Hardrick. He seemed to think everybody was near 100%, which for Duck fans should be a good thing.
Yeah, well, I saw for sure Tyson Coleman walked by and looks in great shape now. He wasn't running, wasn't doing anything.
Sure.
But he was obviously been working out. I did listen to what Coach Elfridge had to say. Yeah. Basically, it's the sort of thing that again, it's they're still teaching. It's still trying to pack as much information to the players as possible. He was asked if he's sort of a nurturer or is he a disciplinarian. He said depends on the circumstance, and he tailors the approach based on the individual, and so that's sort of the thing that I think that there's a tradition that Chip Kelly operated under, and it's obviously carrying through.
I also talked to Coach Pellin about how the newcomers look, and that's a question that I think a lot of fans are excited to see. He said that there are three incoming freshmen that will be playing linebacker: Danny Mattingly, Tyrell Robinson, and Tarodney Prevost. I'll have more information on what he said individually about each of them, but said positive things about them. I asked a clarifying question about Tyree, and he said Tyree was playing safety. I didn't necessarily get a sense of whether or not he's been practicing with the team. I think there are question marks because of the off-the-field incidents, but Don didn't say one way or the other.
Yeah, well, it's and again, since we're not able to go in and with our rosters and be able to identify individuals, this is all subject to the fact of who we can see walk out of the practice, sure, which is limited in some cases. Because as we stand now, we don't know if there's anybody left out on the practice field or not. We just learned just a few minutes ago Gary Campbell, who we thought was coming out, didn't come out.
We should have Gary for tomorrow, so look forward to that. I'll get an opportunity to do hopefully a one-on-one interview with Gary tomorrow and discuss running back depth a little bit and talk about how Thomas Tyner and Kenny Benoit look, the two new coming freshmen. One other point I want to bring up with Pellin was that I asked a little bit about that rotation that they used in the linebackers, which has become sort of a focal point for the defense there. They run through 7, 8, even 9 guys, in some circumstances at linebacker. Sounds like that's going to remain the case this year. And of course, he was, I don't want to say hesitant, but I think he kind of admitted that that's the goal, but we'll see what happens. It's going to be a lot of new bodies, really only 4 or 5 guys who played significant snaps. So there could be a lot of new faces out there playing a lot this year in the linebacking core.
Well, when you mentioned Tarodney Prevost, and no, we don't know. It's Prevost, we've heard it Prevost and Prevost. So we'll, as soon as we get a good clarification on that. But anyway, we heard his name mentioned prominently by players during the unofficial workouts. And Danny Mattingly, we also heard his name pop up. So it's interesting to see that that's carrying over in addition to Tyrell Robinson, which many people thought that the Robinsons would come in and have an impact during the freshman year. So that, of course, remains to be seen, but it is interesting that their names are coming up already.
Yeah.
So, well, that's about wraps it up here. One thing I want to mention, we went through the facilities yesterday, and of course it was a 2-hour tour that we went through. But fans, when you come out here, you're going to get such a different impression of Oregon football. I'm looking over here to my left, and it's the gift store in the Casanova Center.
Yeah.
In the Machowski Center. The Casanova Center is behind us. But really, you really get it's just a different feel, and it's like you're going to be entering a new place. As you walk by, you'll see some of the things, and you'll say, okay, that's that. But overall, it is the new face of Oregon. Certainly the University of Oregon, and in some cases I think this is the new face for the state of Oregon.
And it'll be interesting to see, and I'm not sure how much availability there will be. But if you get the opportunity, take the tour. I mean, it's a long process. Open up your afternoon if you're going to get in there. But some of the stuff here, they definitely didn't hold back. There's all the bells and whistles in there.
That's right. I mean, it's first grade all the way, and it is something to behold. So, well, anyway, Erik is going to be here for the rest of the week. I'll be back here sometime next week. And for Erik Skopil, this is Steve Summers for EDUC.com.